Good evening to you and thank you for choosing EBN TV. Welcome to the broadcast tonight, the 7th day of October, the year 2023. Now, Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua has dismissed claims that there is a stalemate between him and President William Ruto. We shall be taking a look on that later on. But starting us off tonight, as President William Ruto continues with his Luo Nyanza tour, the head of state has called on Homa Bay County residents to oppose the opposition's call for anti-government demonstrations and destruction of property, as such moves have affected investors. Well, Ruto has called on Azimio leaders to join hands and work with his government for the benefit of Kenyans. While launching construction of fish markets in the county, President William Ruto has noted that he seeks to improve on fish produce or other production in the country by empowering fishermen.
Nimepata watu waegezaji. Nimepata watu ambao wanataka kuweka vifaa ya utalii hapa kwenu. Sawa? Lakini wameniuliza jambo moja, ya kwamba tunasikia huko kwenu. Unajua nikiwa huko Ulaya, wananiambia tunasikia huko kwenu ni mahali ya vita, na ni mahali ya fujo, na ni mahali ya watu inaharibiwa. Mahali ya kufanya maandamano sijui kila Jumatatu sijui lini. Mimi nauliza nyinyi, hii mambo ya maandamano ya kuharibu mali ya watu na kuharibu mambo ingine itaendelea hapa Homa Bay? Itaendelea hapa Homa Bay? Kwa sababu mimi nataka, wakati mimi natafuta waegezaji, sisi tunaweka amani katika taifa letu la Kenya, ndio waegezaji wakuje hapa so that we can grow our country. No investment is going to come to Kenya if we are violent people, if we are people engaged in destruction of property and destruction of business. We want to encourage people to come and invest in our country, but we must also, as the people of Kenya, make sure that we are a peaceful nation and we are a people that appreciates property, appreciates business, so that we don't destroy people's property and business. Otherwise, we are going to lose investment. Na mimi nataka, sitaki tena nisikie watu wamekosa kuegeza mali yao Homa Bay kwa sababu iko fujo. Kwani mnapata faida gani kwa hii fujo? Iko faida inapatikana kwa mambo ya maandamano? Hapana, mimi maneno hiyo nimekataa. Ama niaje watu wa Homa Bay? Hapana. Sasa hata nyinyi mnataka kuniweka hasara. Ati sasa mimi nazunguka Kenya mzima, nazunguka duniani huko kwote, nawaambia Kenya is a good place, tuko na renewable energy, tuko na nini, mnaweza kuleta mali yenu, alafu hapa waegezaji wanakuja, wanakuta iko maandamano. Mali yao imeharibika, biashara yao imeharibika, lami imechomwa, mali imeharibika. We must build a country where we have a peaceful nation. Watu wa Homa Bay tunaendelea pamoja jameni? Lakini mimi nataka niwahakikishie ya kwamba tutaungana na tutashirikiana. Tumekubaliana sisi wote ambao tuko viongozi, wale wa ODM, wale wa Azimio, wale wa UDA, wale wa Kenya Kwanza, sisi wote ni viongozi wa Kenya, tutashirikiana ndio tuweze kupeleka mambo ya taifa letu mbele kwa maendeleo na miradi na mipango ya maendeleo.
Now, still in Luo Nyanza, National Assembly Minority Leader James Opiyo Wandayi has warned President William Ruto that his visits to Luo Nyanza counties will not sway the region's political stand. Wandayi says that the president needs to respect the leadership of Luo Nyanza, which is an ODM zone. Speaking in Ugunja sub-county, the legislator reiterated that they are steadfast under the ODM party, adding that anybody who wants to seek political support from the region must go through ODM party leader Raila Odinga.
Bwana Ruto, you can make 1,000 visits here, even 1,000,000 visits. But unless and until you go through one Raila Amolo Odinga, it is all futile. Totally futile. More critically, when you are here, respect us. Respect our leaders. Respect our people. Otherwise, if you come here as a tourist, you will come a million times. But politically, it will add no value to you. We, as a people, the Luo community in particular, we have no problem with visitors. of whatever shade, we are receptive of all visitors. And we remain steadfast in ODM under our one leader, Raila Amolo Odinga. The one and only leader, Raila Amolo Odinga. So you can visit us as many times as you wish. But if your intention is to seek our political support, then there's only one route. And that route is Raila Amolo Odinga. Any other route is a total waste of time. Total waste of time. But more importantly, if you come here, please help us address the issues that are affecting our people. Development. Like the Nzoia Bridge, like the Lower Nzoia irrigation scheme. Those are the things that we want to hear you doing. Not coming to focus on projects that are within the domain of the county governments. Leave those county government projects for the governor and the MCS to open. The governor and his able MCS can open those county projects. Come here and tell us how much money has been allocated by Parliament for these national government projects.
Now on matters cost of living, Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka has faulted President William Ruto's government for continually increasing taxes, a move that has affected Kenyans and investors. Speaking in Machakos County, Musyoka has called on the government, or rather accused the government, for forcing on Kenyans the 2023 Finance Act that has made life unbearable.
And it's an issue which should be canvassed before Kenyans. It's already been canvassed. We have listened to the bishops at Bomas of Kenya, NCCK, Bishop Ndambuki himself, and Bishop was there as the chair of NCCK. We have listened to Kenyans, and we have retreated to go and figure out.
There is no economy which can be transformed when life is extremely hard for Kenyans. Hata tukiomba Mwenyezi Mungu kutoka juu, lazima tuongee hapa duniani atusikie na ajibu maswali yetu.
Now crossing over to Meru County on matters politics. Following the ongoing leadership stalemate in Meru County, a section of religious leaders from the county early on Saturday conducted a prayer service at Governor Kawira Mwangaza's home. The clergy have called on President William Ruto to intervene on the matter, despite a section of national leaders led by Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, noting that national leaders will not interfere with Meru leadership. The leaders have vowed to initiate peace talks between Governor Mwangaza and her deputy for the benefit of the county residents.
And I don't believe there is a pastor here with less than 50 people. So Meru is here, and the Meru is well represented. Number one issue that we want to give our opinion on is the invitation of the presidency. This is the president and the deputy president to keep off Meru County. We categorically refuse that position. Yes. Yes. As a church. Yes. We want to ask the president of Kenya that Meru is part of Kenya. Yes. And the politicians, when they were telling him and the deputy to keep off, they never consulted us. Yes. That is not the position of the people of Meru. Yes. It is the position of our few elected leaders. And the note, we elected them. Yes. They are not our bosses, they are our servants. Good. The power belongs to the people. Yes. And they never consulted us to tell the president to keep off, the deputy president to keep off. We want to emphasize that Meru is not part of Uganda. Yes. Meru is not part of Tanzania. Meru is part of Kenya. Yes. And our president, whom we love so much, and we have followed and supported for years, he is the most popular politician in the land of Meru. Yes. The last election, people of Meru gave him almost 400,000 votes. So Meru endorsed him, and we invited them to take care of Meru, to be our president, to be our national father, and our national figure. So those who are telling him to keep off, we don't know what is the agenda. Which agenda is this? That is making our leaders to tell the president and the deputy keep off. Leave the business of Meru alone. We refuse that position, and we invite them to come and be together with us. Bwana Yesu asifiwe. Is that our position, servants of God?
Yes.
So we invite the president to come and we'll see what is happening in Meru. And in the same token, as servants of God in Meru County, we are seeking audience with the president. We want to sit with him as a church that he may hear us and listen to us, and they know that things are not as he has made to believe, if he has ever believed, by what has been said by our politicians. Number two, there is a retro problem between the governor and the deputy governor. But according to us, this crisis has not gone beyond. It does not warrant the measures that our political leaders or political class are recommending, like impeachment. As a church, we reject the spirit of impeachment.
Now we are waiting to see how the Meru politics will turn out to be. Will Kawira Mwangaza and her deputy come to an agreement, and also will her impeachment possibilities, what are some of her impeachment possibilities right there? Will the MCS this time round manage to impeach her? If that is the move, well, we are waiting to see how that will turn out to be. ODM rebel members of parliament who were recently expelled from the party now say that they owe no one any apology over their close working relationship with President William Ruto and his Kenya Kwanza government, led by Suba South Member of Parliament Karoli Omondi. The MPs accused the ODM party of biasness, questioning why it was only wrong if they visit the president. And when the party leader Raila Odinga met with President William Ruto in Mombasa, it was not considered wrong.
Most recently, you heard a few of us were expelled from ODM. We were together with Akuba. Simulisikia hiyo? Let me assure the people of Game, there will be no by-election in Game anytime soon. Tumekubaliana hivyo? Because we were being expelled kwa sababu tulikutana na rais kule State House Nairobi. Kuna wengine walikutana na yeye kule State House Mombasa. If it is good in Mombasa, it is good in Nairobi.
That there was no IBC, we would have resigned and sought re-election. You're very lucky that there is no IBC. If there was IBC, mimi ningewacha niende nichaguliwe tena, nirudi bunge tena, because the politics in this region must change, and the change begins with us.
As a people of this region, and you can see in the numbers, people are yearning for development. We have also been fighting for all these years for the leadership of this nation. But mipango ya Mungu ni vile iko. Na wewe ndio Mungu ametupatia utusaidie. And when we have come to work with you and other people continue to fight us, it is very unfortunate. We are not afraid to tell you that every time that this particular region has worked closely with the government.
Now on matters El Nino preparedness, Tharaka Nithi County Governor Muthomi Njoki has suspended all unnecessary travels for county officials and directed that the funds be channeled to a disaster kitty to mitigate the impact of El Nino rains expected to begin by mid-October. Governor Muthomi has also called on the county departments to cut on their budgets and ensure that the disaster kitty does not run empty. The county leadership has also called on Tharaka Nithi County residents to exercise caution during the heavy rains so as to avert deaths.
Kuna watu wengine wanaishi karibu na milima kama pale Midheru, napata naishi kwa escarpment kule juu, na saa ingine mvua ikiwa mingi shamba mzima inakatika ikiwa na majani yanateremka mpaka kwa mto. So we are here to prepare you and tell you that in the battle for preparedness for emergency for El Nino, the front soldiers, wale tunaita the frontline soldiers wa kupambana na hiyo ni road marshals. Kama huko na habari sasa jua sahi. Lazima turudi kwa budget yetu, tuone ile vitu tunaweza kata ambaye si amana sana, kama traveling allowances, lunch allowances, vitu ya kutembea ambayo ina maana, kama kuna ya maua na ya chai itolewe iweko kwa emergency kit. Kwa sababu tusitaki kusikia kwamba ati watu wanaitwa road marshals walienda pahali inaitwa Bingidho kwenda kutoa watu ambao walikuwa wamekwama, barabara ilikuwa imekatika, wamekaa huko siku 3 hata chakula hawana, na sisi pale Kalwana tunakula mandazi na chai.
Now, on rather a shocking news story, 3 watchmen were found murdered and dumped in Migori River Saturday morning. The watchmen were found with serious injuries on their neck and head, a sign that they were hit by a blunt object. Migori residents have expressed anger, accusing the police for lowering their guard, and they now want Interior CS Kithure Kindiki to intervene and put to sleep such cases that are on the rise in the county.
Ni kwamba usalama katika kaunti yetu ya Migori haijawa vizuri sana. Kama watu 3 wanaweza kuuawa na polisi wako pale ndani na bunduki na kila kitu. Sasa hivi tunasikia kwamba rais anachukua polisi 1000 anapeleka IT. Wakati sisi kama Wakenya hatuna usalama wa kutosha. Kama polisi mmoja anaweza akalinda Wakenya 1000, inakuwaje unachukua tena polisi 1000 unapeleka IT? Sasa hivi ona kinachofanyika Nyanza, sasa Migori, tunauawa kama wanyama kwa sababu ya wajambazi, na sisi tunatoa ushuru, na ushuru wetu inanunua bunduki, ushuru wetu inanunua magari ya polisi, ushuru wetu inanunua kila kitu ambacho serikali inatumia. Nataka nimwambie Kindiki kwamba kitu ambacho anatufanyia sisi sasa hivi kama watu wa Nyanza, amuulize mtu ambaye anaitwa Matiang'i. Alitufanyia hivi mwishoe baba ndo alikuja kumuondoa katika kitu ambacho kilimkuta. Na wewe Kindiki, nataka nikuambie siku zako zinahesabiwa.
Kisa kama hii si ya mara ya kwanza na si ya mwisho. Hata hapa total tulipoteza maisha tu kama hii hapa leo sahi. Ilikuwa tu wasoja hawa. Sasa ndio sababu tunawauliza wanajua hii maneno ama iko namna gani. Tangu hiyo ripoti vizuri kama wananchi hatujapata. Tena leo tumepoteza 3. Kule pia tulipoteza 2. So hata sisi kama wananchi tuko na wasiwasi. Hatujua hali yetu iko namna gani. Nataka tuulize idara ya serikali sana county commissioner, OCS na hao wengine wafanye patrol, wananchi walindwe. Mambo ya kupoteza maisha kama hii sisi kama watu wa Migori hatutaki. Ya pili, sasa hii tunasikia sijui rais anatembelea Nyanza. Anatembelea Nyanza ina gani na watu wanakufa namna hii?
Tumeamuka asubuhi ambayo tumepatwa na huzuni na majonzi, tukipoteza walinzi 3 ambaye mmoja ametumbuizwa kwenye mti wa Migori, mmoja iko nyuma chini ya bao na mwingine kwa corridor. Tunalilia na tunasema ya kwamba idara ya usalama ya Migori County na Migori Town tunaomba ya kwamba wazidi kukaza kamba kwa ajili ya hilo kazi, kwa sababu watu wakiwawa kama kuku, nao ni wazee ambaye walikuwa na wana wako na jukumu kule nyumbani. Sasa wamepoteza maisha. Hata wakati tunaenda hewani hakuna afisa amesafika kuzugulika jambo kama hilo. So tunaomba ya kwamba wafike na wa address issue kwa nini sana county commander ama county commissioner atuambie kwa nini mauaji kama haya yanatokea kila wakati katika miji ya Migori. Wafanyabiashara na kila mtu wameishi na uoga ya kwamba hujui maisha yao yako hali hatari.
Now, on matters agriculture, the outgoing principal secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Halsama Kelo, now says that the government has initiated negotiations with a private company to buy 90 kilograms of maize at 4,200 Kenya shillings from farmers. Speaking in Kitale, Trans Nzoia County, Kelo said that the company will help protect farmers from brokers who buy a sack of 90 kilograms of maize for 3,000 Kenya shillings. National Cereals and Produce Board NCPB Chairperson Joseph Kimote has said that the board has put in place necessary measures to ensure farmers do not record losses during the El Nino rains expected from the beginning, or rather from the mid of October.
Kuambia wakulima katika sehemu za North Rift wasiuze mahindi yao kiholela holela, wasiuze mahindi yao kwa bei ya chini, kwa sababu kuna nafasi yao kwa kuuza hiyo mahindi kwa bei nzuri zaidi ya ile wanauza sasa hivi.
All these stores are vacant. They are just waiting for the farmers to bring in their produce for general warehousing. So if you are a farmer and you have no place to store your cereals, NSPB is ready for you.
Bei kama shilingi 4,500 na 5,000. Bila hiyo hawajasaidia wakulima kwa sababu farm inputs imekuwa bei kali. Na wale wanachiita wale wananunua mahindi wafanya biashara pia tunawaomba kwa sababu bila wakulima hamwezi pata mahindi.
Now, parents who will deny their daughters the opportunity to continue with their studies once they get pregnant and deliver while in school may face strict legal measures. According to nominated Senator Miraj Abdullahi, who intends to present the Child Parents Care and Protection Bill to the floor of the House, says that the bill is meant to ensure all the 47 counties develop protection centers for such girls. According to the senator, many female students drop out of school when they become pregnant, which deprives them of the opportunity to get educated.
Ni sheria ambayo nimeiweza kuipeleka pale Seneti, inaitwa Child Parent Care and Protection Bill. Inaweza kushinikiza serikali ya serikali kuu na pamoja na serikali za gatuzi kuweza kuona kwamba msichana ambaye ametelekezwa kimapenzi na akapata ujauzito, tumeendelea kuishi katika mviringo wa umaskini kwa sababu tumekata paja badala ya kulipangusa mtoto anapolinyeelea. Nikaona ipo haja ya kuja na hii sheria ili kushinikiza na kuifanya lazima kwa serikali kuweza kumrejesha mtoto shule, kwa sababu ni haki yake ya kikatiba na ni haki ya kibinadamu kwa mtu yoyote yule kuweza kupata elimu. Katika bili yangu inawalazimisha mawaziri katika gatuzi 47 kuweza kuweka care centers ili wale watoto wanaozaliwa waweze kupata malezi mazuri wazazi wao wanaporudi shule. Katika hiyo bill pia tunaongelea ni jinsi gani serikali itaweza kupunguza kama sikumaliza basi wapunguze mimba za mapema ili kuweka sheria kali kwa wale wanaotelekeza watoto wa shule.
Serikali imeweka program ambayo ni end-to-end program ya kwamba itakuwa inafunza digital skills from ile level ya chini mpaka ile professional. So ile kitu ambayo inasaidia youths wengi sana, kwa vile tunajua kazi za kuandika mingi zimepotea, na hii ndio shida ya unemployment ambayo kwa youth wetu imekuwa, na hii unemployment, this is the only solution for unemployment kwa youth wetu.
Well, now on matters technology and youth, as President William Ruto's government is working to create job opportunities for the youth in the country, Principal Secretary of Youth Affairs and the Arts, Ismail Maalim, has urged the youth to invest in innovation and technology as a way of backing the government's effort to creating job opportunities. Speaking in Mombasa County in a meeting with various stakeholders in the arts sector, the PS also noted that the government is planning to invest in the technology sector to attract artists and people with various talents.
The government is trying to put a structure through asking the stakeholders to come together, join associations, form a structure. If they're in film, they should speak as a forum of film. If you look at this sector of creative economy, that organization does not exist. It's just mentioned by its bigger name, creative economy. If it's film, it's disorganized. If it's music, it's disorganized. There's no structure. So we are very confident, and we're fond of saying this economy generates a certain percentage to the GDP of our nation, which if we ask the sector leaders how that is arrived at, nobody can explain to anybody. So it's just something that is hypothetical theory that has not been measured.
We are trying to explore different ways that we can use to fulfill the development agenda of this country. For example, this administration is very keen in leveraging on the private sector to ensure that we drive the development agenda in this country in relations to airports, in relation to seaports, and in relation to different facets or subsectors of transport.
Now, lack of funds and understanding of legal frameworks in the creative arts industry has been cited as the major challenge affecting the film industry in the country. Speaking during one-week intensive training on quality theatrical performance organized by the Kenya Cultural Center in collaboration with the Kenya International Theatre Festival and Embu County Government, representatives from Kenya Cultural Center observed that in a bid to boost the theatre arts industry and promote climate action awareness, there is need to fund film groups and enable them afford quality content.
Ambayo tumegundua katika mimi nimegundua katika interactions zetu during the County Theatre Fiesta is that we are narrowing the gap. Kulikuwa na gap sana ya governmental goodwill na creatives, na hiyo inaendelea kukua narrowed because sasa tunaona kuwa culture being a devolved function, tunaona kuwa katika county zetu watu wako na interest tayari ya kuexpand the creative sector, and because of that interest na the talents ambao wako hapa, then unaona programs kama hizi zinawapata, wanaweza ku improve their skills and improve their marketing skills, improve how they handle the business itself, and venye watakuwa strategic moving forward. Kuna skill sets ambazo pia zilikuwa zina lack, na unaona kwa programs kama hizi workshops zinawasaidia wasanii pia kuji-expose na pia ku-understand how things happen in busy areas, places ambao theatre imekuwa very very active like Nairobi. So for us who are practitioners there, tukishare our experiences na wao pia wanaona kuwa these are the steps that we can take to professionalize our craft.
And we've been here for a week, and basically I was teaching them on how to sell, how to approach people, how can you make bargains with corporates so that they can buy multiple tickets. And our theme is climate change, and so as part of that, as the marketing and publicity team, we tasked the participants and the staff members to be collecting litter around Embu Talent Academy every single day. After every day we collect litter, and we burn it there. And we've also partnered with the government, with the county government, to place bins around this beautiful green space. We realized there's no bins, and we're gonna have signs around saying, do not litter and stuff like that. And on Wednesday we went to town, telling people about Embu Talent Academy, and we're so excited for the talent that is here. I think Embu is a really, really special place, and we can't wait to see the group that finally makes it to Kitfest. So we are really waiting on them, and I think there's gonna be a lot of high quality productions after this program.
My recommendation to the county would be to continuously support the creatives in the county by continuously offering legal sessions and imparting them with knowledge that will help the creative industry in Embu County to thrive.
Importance of just having a little budget for the production design department so that they can create a good set for the audience. So I'd say that was the challenge, but generally it has been a great program, and I'm really, really excited for Embu County, and I'm loving my students. They're doing their very best, and I cannot wait to see what they're going to showcase.
Now, with statistics showing that over 40% of women have experienced physical or sexual intimate partner violence in their lifetime, the Femnet organization has expressed fear over the decreasing efforts to combat cases of gender-based violence in the country. Activists now say that a reduction of budget needed to create awareness and fight GBV cases has contributed to the increase in cases of GBV in the country. Femnet is now calling on the government to readjust their budget approach and also promote the 2/3 gender rule to empower women.
that also isn't addressed comprehensively within the house.
Here it is about ending violence against girls and women across the continent, not just through making promises, but coming up with very substantial plans that can be followed up by the budgets with our government, so that we are able to invest in making sure that we are ending violence against girls and women across the continent.
So if you're looking at ensuring that we end all forms of violence, it means that part of our processes is to ensure that budget advocacy is included in this particular engagement, and that we're investing in looking at their participation and having budgets respond to their specific needs, both the strategic and the strategy and practical gender needs, so that they're able to holistically participate in development.
This program is very, very critical in a way that if we are to look at ending violence against women, but also at the same time to achieve sustainable development, we must look at the cost of violence that is being directed to women. So for the last more than 3 years,
and that also isn't direct.
Now internationally, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has declared war on Palestinian militants in Gaza after they fired rockets and sent gunmen into Israel territory in a major escalation of the long-running conflict between the two sides. At least 198 have died in Gaza, Palestine said, while 70 were killed in Israel as 5,000 rockets were fired by militant group Hamas in the surprise attack. The violence erupted a day after Hamas said that Israel continued to commit crimes across Palestinian land, and especially on the holy site Al-Aqsa in Jerusalem. Because it is affecting the lives of people. You can imagine at least 198 people in Gaza have lost their lives. Well, now that marks the end of EBN Weekend Edition tonight with me, Samia Dika. Many thanks. Do enjoy the rest of your night.